And our next speaker is a journalist and human rights defender who is known for defending the human rights of people in Uyghur region, in Hong Kong, in North Korea and other states. Benedict Rogers.
Спасибо. Unfortunately, that is the only word I know, so the rest will have to be in English. I want to start by congratulating, applauding and saluting the people who organized this really important rally. It is such an inspiration to see Russian people in London organizing a protest to say no to Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. And I also want to thank everybody who has turned out in such large numbers today. Like all of us, I stand here in solidarity both with the people of Ukraine, but also with the courageous people of Russia, in Russia and outside Russia, who are opposing Putin's war. We have an amazing diversity of speakers here today, approaching this issue from differing perspectives, but united with one view: opposition to this war, solidarity with the people of Ukraine and the people of Russia who oppose Putin, and a recognition that this war is a danger to all of us, not only in Ukraine and in Russia, but all of us. And let us be clear, this is Vladimir Putin's war. No one else is to blame. You may have criticisms of Western policy, some people may have criticisms of NATO, but it is not NATO, and it is not the Russian people, and it most certainly is not the Ukrainians whose only desire is for democracy, freedom, human rights, and peace. Vladimir Putin is solely responsible, and he must be held accountable and must be stopped. I agree wholeheartedly with the other speakers who have said, and I welcome what the British government and other governments have done, but the other speakers have rightly said it is not enough. We need more sanctions, we need more arms to Ukraine so that Ukrainians can continue to defend themselves. We need more humanitarian aid, and we need to do everything possible to stop Vladimir Putin and to hold him account and to bring him to justice, and his generals and everyone who has made his war possible. Throughout my adult life, I have been deeply involved in the struggle for human rights in many of the world's most repressive places: North Korea, China. In recent years, I've especially been focused on Hong Kong, and in Myanmar. In Myanmar, it doesn't get in the news very much, but there is a kind of mini Ukraine taking place in Myanmar. So all of those places are very much my focus, and usually I'm found addressing protests for Hong Kong or for China, for the Uyghurs, for Myanmar, for the people of North Korea. But today I could not stay silent on this war in Ukraine because this is about the fight for freedom around the world, and that's why I wanted to join you. But I also, although Russia and Ukraine has not been my specialism in depth, 4 years ago in 2018 I was involved in an inquiry in Parliament into the human rights situation in Russia, and the evidence that we heard in that inquiry was shocking, and I was responsible for writing the report, and the report was titled "Poison, Torture, Lies and Repression: Human Rights in Russia Today." That was in 2018. And all I can say is I just wish more people had read that report and other reports and listened to other voices then, and we would not be where we are now. So this is about freedom. If we don't stand with Ukraine and with Vladimir Putin's opponents in Russia, Putin will not stop at Ukraine. The free world itself is at stake. Paul Mason made reference earlier to the fact that today, for all of us across Europe, is VE Day, Victory in Europe Day. Putin wants to make this about his victory, but we must not let him. And in the future, we must make sure that VE Day becomes VU Day and VR Day for the people of Russia and the people of Ukraine, and for freedom, democracy, and peace and human rights. This is, despite the sunshine that we enjoy today, this is a very dark time. But we should not, indeed we must not, lose hope. We should be inspired by the numbers that are here today. We should be inspired by the courage of the Ukrainian people and their incredible President Zelensky, and by the courage of so many Russian people in opposing Putin. And we should know, as another speaker said earlier, that dictators do not last forever, that the night only lasts for a certain time, and that after the night comes the dawn, and that one day, and I hope it will be one day soon, both Ukraine and Russia will be free. Thank you.